Honey, the phone's ringing!
So answer it!
Come on, it's the first show of the season!
You can watch it right after!
Don't understand. I have to be the only person who answers the goddamn phone. Hello? What do you want? No. No, we don't want any. Alright? Hello everybody, and welcome back. My name is Andrew, and welcome to Season 2 of the RetroBowl League. Alongside me, still recovering, is Pete Finley.
How's it going, folks? We really missed you all in the off-season.
We most certainly did, and we'd like to welcome all the new organizations. With that being said, you might notice a small change in the studio.
More like a big change.
Yes, a big change indeed. Our RBL network, due to the increase in amount of views, has expanded, creating 2 offices, this one being our New York location. On behalf of everyone here at RBL News, we'd like to thank all our viewers.
Without you, this show wouldn't be anything.
I agree 100%, Pete. But they aren't here to listen to us all day. They came for news, standings, and a closer look into the player and organization's lives.
Well, Andrew, we do have a ton of news this week.
There's no denying that. With games 1, 2, and 3, we'll take a look at some trades, injuries, and the leaderboard. Let's start with some trades from around the league. Aiden Cooker, head coach of the Pecora Link organization, moved his talents from the Western Conference to the Southern Conference during the offseason. He is joined by the 2 highest regular season scorers from last year, the Gibson and the league's defending champion, Dark, who recently went through a rebrand, is now known as the Gorilla King. To put up big numbers like those 2 organizations, Aiden and his team accepted a blockbuster trade from Kansas City. They send a 3rd-round draft pick for what they believe could be a 4-star offensive lineman, giving the quarterback the much-needed time in the pocket.
I'll tell you what, Andrew. Most people don't take positions like this one seriously, and it's so refreshing to see a team invest in this vital position.
Well said, and I hope it works out for them. Moving on, a very similar trade went down in Cincinnati as Neosol receives an O-lineman from New York, 28-year-old Brad Schnell. Pete, your thoughts?
Well, Andrew, like I said before, not very common, but it could be a great move. Both these teams are in the same conference, so it'll certainly be interesting to see how this plays out. I will say, I've heard Brad hasn't been happy in New York for a long time, so hopefully being on a new team raises his morale a little bit.
Well, you're not going to believe this one, Pete. While you were just talking, one of our producers ran over and handed me a piece of paper with another trade for another offensive lineman.
What the heck is going on?
RMT Games hands over a 2nd-round draft pick for Andreas Good, the 24-year-old offensive lineman from Dallas.
See, this one, Andrew, is very interesting. Last year, RMT Games fell short of making the playoffs, and his rival, Pecora Link, that we just talked about, ended up making it.
Wow, Pete, you're exactly right. That's an excellent analysis from you. I didn't even think of that. Pecora Link and RMT Games, both losing out to the Gorilla King last year, makes you wonder if these trades have something to do with it.
Well, I'm more interested to see if they're connected. Do we think that Pecora Link and RMT Games have been corresponding with each other to try to beat out the Gorilla King this year?
I think that's highly unlikely, Pete. But we'll have to see. These weren't the only trades this week, as Person picks up an all-star defensive back, Dustin Green. San Francisco will receive a second-round pick, and Person receives a key piece to a badly hurt defense.
This was a perfect pickup for Person because we all know the offseason can take a toll on some players. Now, I'm not just talking about older players, I'm talking about newer players. And this is exactly what happened to Person this week. Their newly signed defensive back, Dakota Ruse, has gone down with a hand injury.
That trade starting to make a lot more sense now, as Person definitely needed to fill that spot while Ruse is down.
Luckily, Andrew, my sources are telling me it's only going to be 2 games before we see him back out on the field.
Well, that's definitely a silver lining. Heading to Baltimore, the news is much worse. Blue Squirtle had 2 veterans go down this week. Wide receiver DJ Leno and running back Romeo Sue. Leno will be down for at least 5 games with an ankle injury, and Sue is set to be out for 3.
Terrible luck for Blue Squirrel. Having come in 10th in his conference last year, this is just the last thing you want to see.
I agree, Pete. Hopefully, they can turn their luck around soon. Now, we are still receiving trade and injury reports from around the league for the first 3 games. But for now, let's go to this week's standings. Starting in the North, the top 5 are... But, wait, we don't have standings yet? Alright, folks, we're so sorry about that. We're actually going to end our show here. Our social media team just gave us a report that fans and organizations around the league are in an uproar. Our sources are telling us that apparently Ian Chihuahua submitted scores to league headquarters with his difficulty on easy.
Okay, Andrew, we have to get on our flight. It's waiting for us.
Alright, I'm so sorry to leave you folks, but Pete and I are headed to Seattle, Washington right now, as we are hearing there might be another riot at league headquarters.
We're sorry, folks. We'll update you as soon as we land.